I know that the grease that I'm going to be taking off my meat, I'm throwing that away. So we're going to saute my onion with some light olive oil. This is the onion. Now to season my onion, we're just going to keep it very, very basic. We're just going to do some garlic and onion, black pepper, and sea salt. We're going to do a little Greek seasoning, a little garlic and herb seasoning, a little onion powder, and yeah, keep it real basic. We have other seasonings when we get down to our sauce. So I'll tell you about that in a second. Anyway, we're finna saute these onions. Come a little closer. Do y'all like this wok? I got it from Walmart. I usually get about 3 of them per year because if I scratch them up, I'll be ready to get another one. But it works wonders. It's non-stick. It's very easy to clean. We're going to put a little bit of our light olive oil in there. And we are going to saute our onions. I will season them up once I get them in there. Y'all hear that sizzle? Let's turn on the fan. Not too high because I still want y'all to be able to hear me. Alright. We're using this so we don't scratch up the wok. I got the wok from Walmart. I be seeing a whole bunch of other brands got their own wok. But my wok from Walmart costs less than $8. So we're going to keep getting this. Back in the day when I used to get them in Birmingham, they was only like $5 to $6. We're going to start out with a little bit of Greek seasoning. I love Greek seasoning. I should have bought me a new can of it today when I saw it, but I didn't. And all these flavors are going to go really well because whatever's left over in here, it gets on our meat. I just bought this today, so give me 1 second, y'all. I got to open it up. Can y'all see this? All them beautiful flavors in here. I cannot wait to try this. So, we're going to use some of this. We're going to use some of this, which is my favorite. The garlic, roasted garlic and herb. It's by McCormick. I got all these seasons from Walmart. You can get them at your local retailer. And we're just going to do a little onion powder just because. Where's my garlic powder? I know we got garlic and all the other stuff, but I still need my garlic powder. Oh, here it goes. Garlic powder. You can never use too much garlic powder. It brings your blood pressure down. Alright, and then we're going to do a little bit more of our light olive oil because we don't want none of this goodness to stick. Not too much. Just a little bit. And you add it gradually as you need it too. See? We're just going to let those saute. And I got these really nice pots. This right here was only $12 at Walmart. As you can see, I love Walmart. Walmart need to make me a brand ambassador because I love them. When I lived on the side of Atlanta, they didn't have no Walmart. But yeah, I had to move from over there because they was not finna Publix me to death. Publix and Whole Foods and what else did they have? Trader Joe's. Yeah, they was not finna do that to me because that shit is too high. I still fuck with Walmart. So, that's where I go. I'll come back and let y'all see what the onions look like when they caramelize. I'll come back. Okay, the onions doing their thing, y'all. See that? And it might look like it's sticking, but it ain't. As soon as I take my little sponge and my Dawn dish liquid, all this shit gonna come right up. But we are caramelizing our onions. Be back in a second. Alright, our onions are caramelized. And we finna cook our meat. I got 3 different types of meat. I'm gonna show all of it to y'all. Alright, we got some mild Italian sausage. We're gonna dump that in there. And we have some grass-fed ground beef. It is 93% lean and 7% fat. And we're gonna dump that in there. And we got one more type of meat, and y'all can say what you want to, but I'm doing 3 types of meat. Yes, one is pork. Yes, one is beef. And the third is ground turkey. Because I just want to have a lot of meat in my soup. Why not do 3 types of meat? I'm not no vegetarian. I'm not nobody that's against eating pork. So I'm getting all 3 of them. And let's turn this on. And we're finna get them cooked, and I'll be back. Alright, we got my favorite tool for when we're working with some ground meat. It is called a meat masher, or that's what I call it. Meat grounder, meat masher, whatever you want to call it. It's going to help me mix all these meats up. All 3 of them hoes. Like I said, we got mild Italian sausage. We got grass-fed ground beef, and it is 93% lean, 7% fat. And then we also got some ground turkey. I like my soup very meaty, very chunky, very thick. So that's why I got thicker cut onions. That's why I got 3 different types of meat. And that's why I got chunky tomato sauces with green peppers and onions in it. Because I like my shit chunky. Now, usually I would put some mushroom in there too, but I ain't feel like it. So gradually you just come through probably maybe about every 2 or 3 minutes, and you just mash your meat up some more. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want no meatballs. Even though I like my shit chunky, I still don't want no meatballs. And this right here, it helps to mix all the meat together, all 3 of the meats, because I don't want to be able to see a difference in my meat. I want it all to be blended up. My turkey, my sausage, and my ground beef. And if y'all hear some sirens in the background, I live downtown, so it's always noisy. But yeah, we're just gonna grind all of our meat up, and I'll come back to y'all when it's done. Alright, YouTube, in Jesus' name, y'all cannot hear that music in the background, because I am not trying to get copyrighted. Yeah. But I just wanted to show y'all that the ground beef is definitely done. We're finna get the grease out of that. And I'll be back. Alright, hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies. If you see my hands a little ashy, it's because this is real life shit, okay? I ain't got time to be applying no lotion while we cooking in this kitchen, and I keep washing my hands. So we got some water boiling on the stove. And to the water, we're going to add some salt. And we're going to add some light olive oil. Remember I put y'all on this? Great value. You're going to see a lot of great value shit because we saving money in this bitch. Great value. Yeah. that way. The way this economy is, even if you rich as fuck, you need to be trying to save money. Because, baby, you don't know what type of times you're going to be having. It's rich people that's turning into regular people just like me, okay? So, you just never know. Anyway, I got to get these cans open right here because, we got to break these open and get ready to make our sauce. Alright, hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies, this is what we're boiling. 4 cheese ravioli. I know I said it was going to be lasagna soup, but this is the cheat code. When you don't feel like doing all the lasagna stuff, you just do cheese ravioli. We're still going to do a ricotta mixture, even though we're doing this. I got 2 bags of it. I probably should have got 3, but hey, we'll see. I'll buy another bag if I need to. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy another bag and add it to it later. But this is going to be really good. We're going to boil those, and I'll come back and let you see what I make the sauce. Alright, hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies, we back. We're finna put the ground beef in here. And we're gonna make up our meat sauce. I haven't done nothing without y'all because I wanted y'all to see every little step I make. Yes, Bobby Brown. So I didn't do nothing without y'all. I boiled my ravioli and I took that out of the water. And I set that to the side because we didn't want to cook it too much. Because, you know, the ravioli will bust open and the cheese will be everywhere. And we didn't want to get that everywhere till we got it in here with the meat sauce. So, I just poured my meat in there. Now I'm finna pour my onion. See? Use the caramelized onion. And in 1 second, I'm gonna bring y'all a little bit closer. Alright, that's the caramelized onion in the meat. Just want to give y'all some angles. Alright, we got that sizzling. We're going to add our tomatoes. This is the diced tomato. We're going to add our stewed tomatoes. And then we're going to add our spaghetti sauces. Y'all hear that sizzle? I like that. We're going to add each one of our spaghetti sauces. We got 6 cheese. Chunky with mushroom and onion. Chunky with mushroom and green pepper. Like I told y'all, I like mine to be very chunky. Very, very, very chunky. Full of vegetable. And very flavorful. I'm gonna show y'all all the flavors that I put in here in just 1 second, because y'all know I'm not gonna leave you out. This one right here is mushroom and green pepper again. Alright, so remember I told y'all it was gonna be packed with flavor. I don't promise shit that I cannot deliver, okay? Therefore, this shit is gonna be packed with flavor like I told y'all. We're gonna do some garlic powder. You know, the basic shit. And it don't have no salt. So don't be saying, oh, that shit gonna be too salty. Bitch, your pussy too salty. Alright. This is onion powder. No salt. Remember, it's not onion salt. It's not garlic salt. It's powder. Okay? That's why your shit be lacking flavor and your man be going elsewhere. Okay? He don't come over here because I don't let his ass come over here. But he be going elsewhere because your shit ain't got no flavor. Garlic and onion plus black pepper and sea salt. This is the new flavor that I got today that I was telling y'all about. So excited to try it. And it is by McCormick. And then we got a little garlic, roasted garlic and herb. We're not going to do too much of that. Got a little garlic parmesan seasoning by Weber. I don't have too much of this left, so we're kind of just going to pour it in there. Alright. And then we have a little Dano's seasoning. Not much of that. Okay, this I got from one of them stores like TJ Maxx. I got it from one of them stores. I can't remember, but we're going to use a little bit of everything. It's got a Tuscany blend, Parmesan blend. It's got a Rosa Maria, which is rosemary and garlic. It's got a Sicilian blend. You know, we're just going to use a little bit of all of it. So we're going to do the Tuscany blend, which is sun-dried tomato and basil. We're not going to do too much. Dash of that. And then we have a Parmesan blend, which is roasted garlic and cheese, which is kind of like what we already just put in there. So we're not going to do too much of that. And then we want some Sicilian blend. I'm not going to do the rosemary and garlic because I already got some of that in this blend right here. This green stuff. So, let me back it up so y'all can really see. But yeah, we're going to do a Sicilian blend. Not too much, not too much. Alright. Then we have this right here, which is my favorite. I love it so much. Honestly, we really don't have to do no oregano and no basil. But I'm going to do it anyway. But this right here is my favorite Italian blend. It is by Erykah Badu. It's Andrew Zimmern, I guess, his blend. I love it because it's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. It's a Tuscan style Italian season. And it's got like, you can see the bell pepper and the onions in it. And it's just so nice. So nice. So anyway, we're going to use some of these. It's a nice Italian blend. It don't have them boring flavors. And really, because it already has basil and oregano in it, I'm not really going to use no basil. I'll use a dash of oregano. And then we're going to do parsley for some decoration. Because y'all know how black folks is. Y'all know we want to have some damn parsley to dress some shit up. Why not? Why fucking not? See, that's what it's looking like so far. Oh, damn, we don't want to do that much. Anyway, we're going to stir up the gills. Okay. I'll be back, y'all. Okay, so you know a real black cook, we add stuff. We taste it, and we add stuff as we go. And I thought that stuff that I put in here was going to put a dent in this. It didn't. You have to realize, like, this is a whole big old pot of stuff. So, what I'm doing right now is adding some garlic salt. I don't know why, but for some reason my garlic salt is clumped the fuck up. I guess because I've been using it. Hold on one second. Alright, and now back to regular motherfucking programming. I tasted it. You need a little garlic salt because remember all the things that I just used, those did not have salt. They had garlic in it, but it was more so like garlic powder. It wasn't garlic salt. And then also I tasted it, and it needs a couple pinches of a secret ingredient. I'll come back and show you what it is. Okay, so I forgot to put this in there. This not the secret ingredient, by the way. I forgot to put this in there. It's buttery garlic and herb kinders. If you know anything about anything, you know this the shit. You can put this on everything. You can put this on some steak. Put this in your pasta, your homemade sauce. Because I know y'all ain't using it out the can. I usually only use canned sauce when I'm doing Italian dishes like this. We're going to add a little bit more Italian Badu seasoning. A little bit more of that. And the Spirit of the Lord is telling me to put more of, just a little more onion powder. And then we're going to stir it up. Stir up the gills, okay? Remember how I put all that parsley in here and I thought it was a lot? It wasn't. This is a big ass pot of stuff. It wasn't too much. Alright. Remember I told y'all I had a secret ingredient that I had to put in there. I don't put a lot in there, so don't fight me. Now, we ain't making no dessert out of this shit like y'all whole ass be doing. We just doing a little bit to offset all these savory tastes. You have to have something to offset that. So, let me show you what we have. Alright. This is the grand finale. Yes, great value. Again, I told y'all Walmart didn't sponsor me. We're going to do about 2 or 3 of these size little spoons of sugar. Now y'all see how big this right here is. I think it's a don't get me the line and shit. I think it's like a 22 quart or some shit. Don't give me the fucking line. It's a big ass boiler. How about that? It's the one that your nana be cooking them collard greens and that cabbage in. Okay? So we're gonna do about 2 or 3 spoonfuls of this because we want to offset the savory flavors with a little sweet. I'm going to start with 2 spoonfuls and see how that does. Because it is a big pot. I'm going to do 2 spoonfuls. And I'm going to taste it. Because we ain't trying to make no damn peach cobbler. Okay? I know y'all hoes, when y'all making spaghetti and shit, y'all ones that be putting sugar in it. Y'all be having that shit so damn sweet that your children don't want to fucking go to bed at night. We ain't trying to do no shit like that, okay? We ain't trying to increase nobody's damn blood sugar. We ain't trying to make no damn blueberry cobbler. We ain't trying to do none of that shit. If your granny got diabetes, she gonna be alright. She can still eat this shit, okay? We just gonna start with 2 spoonfuls. See how that do. I'm gonna taste it. Okay, with your mamas and with your daddies. As I promised y'all, I'm going to taste it. And we're gonna see what it's hitting for. And ain't nobody eating this shit but me, so I could put my mouth on this if I want to. But if I was cooking for somebody else, best believe I would be using one of these little plastic spoons. Matter of fact, since y'all hoes is watching, this is a new plastic spoon. I'm finna dip in here. This is not the same one that I use for the sugar. I got that one still free because just in case I have to get some more sugar. Let's taste this. Really, really good. I think I'm gonna do 2 more of these little spoons of sugar. And it's not gonna be too sweet because like I said, this is a big, see, I done scooped the damn camera back. This is a big ass pan, pot, whatever. Y'all see this shit. You can taste that good Italian sausage. Alright. I ain't gonna tell y'all how many I put in there. I'm black, so I use my good judgment. It still ain't no damn blackberry cobbler, like I said, so mind your whole ass business. No, I don't have on no hairnet like the lunch lady. However, I am standing back for you judgmental baddies. I'm standing the fuck back, okay? We're gonna let this simmer for a minute, let all the flavors marry. It's so chunky, y'all. And when it's time to dip it out, look what I got. So we can make sure we get all the good chunks. I think I want to taste it one more time. And of course I'm going to taste it again like in a few minutes. Once it's done had time to let the flavors marry together. Y'all, it's so good. So good and chunky and flavorful. I think I want to add some more Parmesan blend. Add some more of that. And add a little more Tuscany blend. Tuscany blend is sun-dried tomato and basil. And we're just gonna add a little bit more Dano's seasoning. Don't ask me how I can taste that it needs some more of this. I'm just a chef, you know. So I know what it needs, okay? And so I add it accordingly. Now this gonna be good as fuck right here. You can see these onions so pretty and chunky. That's why I didn't cut them so tiny, because I didn't want no diced onions. So that's why I kept them a little thick. We have lots of tomatoes in here, diced and stewed. Alright, hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies. Remember I told you I set the ravioli to the side? Yeah, we finna add it in here. We finna add it slowly though, because we don't want this to splash all over us. So we're gonna add it in there slowly. Matter of fact, before I add it in there, I want to add some Kobe Jack because I want my sauce to be cheesy. So let me add this in there before I add the ravioli, because then it's going to be impossible to stir. And if you follow me on my social medias, I might be a little out of breath because I've been singing in between cooking the food for y'all. I've been going live and singing. Yeah, we don't even have to have this on, matter of fact, because it's already done. It's already hot. We added that cheese. And we're going to add a little more Kobe Jack. We got some more. Not a lot, just a little bit. Because it's going to be like lasagna almost. So we're cheesing it up. Then I want to add just a little more cheese. We're going to add a little provolone and mozzarella. Not much because we want to add some of these to our ricotta mixture. Alright, that should be good on that. Give that a nice stir. I know some people put I'm sorry, it's like right up in my face, but some people put heavy whipping cream in theirs. I'm not putting that shit in mine because we don't want nobody's stomach to be tumbling and rumbling and fuck the hell up tomorrow in church. So we're not putting no heavy whipping cream, but it is pretty cheesy. Very cheesy. So let's go ahead and keep adding our ravioli like I was doing before. My stove clean, y'all. I promise. So in my hands. That's why they ashy, because I've been lotioning them up. So, as you put your ravioli in, you just stir them in. We cooked them al dente. I think that's the correct term. I'm not sure. But we didn't cook them that well because we didn't want them to explode. And I went ahead and turned this pot off because our meat is already hot enough that we could just turn that off because we don't want the cheese to be sticking to the bottom. Alright, hoochie mamas and hoochie babies. We're going to do a little ricotta concoction. Great value, like I already told y'all. It's going to have some provolone and mozzarella cheese. Great value. Oh yeah, my orange juice that I'm sipping on. Great value. I'm also having me a little sip of Malibu, which we need to replenish that. I'm just having like a couple of shots. But yeah. Alright, we're back. So we need to season up our cheese, our ricotta cheese. It's gonna go on the top. Oh shit. Y'all hear me? I ain't even talking right. Anyway, we gotta season this shit up because everything gotta be flavorful. So we're gonna do some Erykah Badu Italian. Okay. And then we're gonna do some of our new season, the garlic and onion, black pepper, and sea salt. actually. We're gonna do it out the big side. Cause it ain't coming out fast enough for me. And then we're gonna do some onion powder. Some of the same stuff that you season the meat sauce with. Now this we didn't put in the meat sauce. This is some ranch seasoning. We're gonna add some of that in there. And the reason I'm putting a lot is because you have to think it's gonna have this thick ass ricotta and all them cheese blends, Parmesan, provolone, mozzarella. Like, it's gonna have a lot of shit in there. And this right here is the buttery and garlic herb kinders. Some of that. And then we're gonna do some of this Tuscany blend, which is sun-dried tomato and basil. Oh, a lot of that came out. We're gonna do some of the Sicilian blend, and that's garlic, onion, red bell peppers, tomato. All right, then we're gonna scoop out some of these. Oh, it's all trying to come out. Alright. So, because it's already thick as fuck, and we do want to, like, mix it while it's easiest to mix, I want to go ahead and mix my seasons up with my ricotta cheese before I put any of my shredded cheeses in there, because it's already hard as fuck to mix. Y'all see how thick this shit is? I'm not finna show y'all how I struggle to mix it up. So I'll come back after it's mixed up. Alright, I promised y'all I was gonna be back as soon as I had it mixed up. And I got it mixed up, so now we finna add all of our shredded cheeses. Alright, we finna add some Italian style, which is a combination of mozzarella, provolone, Parmesan, Asiago, Fontina, and Romano, whatever the fuck. If I said it wrong, take this shit for love. And remember, because it's already hard to stir. Oh, y'all can't see that. Remember, because it's already hard to stir, we're gonna stir it as we put every little thing, you know. So that was the first blend of cheese. I'm gonna mix that in real good. Alright, I done got it mixed in, y'all. Now I'm finna add Parmesan by itself. Not too much. Alright, this is the last blend of cheese, provolone and mozzarella. I just love it really cheesy. Not even gonna lie. And this is what's gonna top it off. You know how you top your chili? And if you hear me stuttering, it's because I'm a little lit. So I'm not editing this shit out. We're not editing nothing. We're gonna edit nothing. That's what we're gonna edit. Nothing. If you can see my eyes, you can see I'm lit. So we're gonna keep all this footage. We're not gonna do no bloopers, none of that. If you hear me stuttering, it's because obviously the Malibu, who are not sponsoring me, is getting to me. Anyway, we finna mix this up. Let's do some garlic bread. I got the loaf because that's just how I was feeling. We finna cut it. Put it in the oven. I'll show you the garlic bread. Y'all know what garlic bread look like. Shit. I'm just trying to create some content. But y'all know what garlic bread look like. I'll show y'all when I take it out the oven. Alright, hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies. Y'all see that goodness. The ravioli is deep down in there, I promise. This is our ricotta mixture. Remember we made that? Yes, I'm finna fuck it up. Finna fuck it all the way up. And watch me a good Tubi movie. Yes, I said a good Tubi movie. Alright, hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies. Y'all know I got to try it for y'all. Never mind me, I had to take my bra off because, you know, I was getting a little hot and bothered. But this is our food. And I got to try it on camera for y'all because that's what real ones do. Because if that shit nasty, I want y'all to see it in my face. But we know I don't make no nasty food. Hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies know how to cook. The real ones. Okay? So let's find me a ravioli. And let's get some sauce. And ricotta. And bread. I already prayed over it. For anybody wondering. It's so good and flavorful. You hear that crunch? That's that fresh out of the oven crunch. So good. And it's steaming hot. I love my food hot. So good. I'm finna watch me a Tubi movie and enjoy my food. And I thank y'all, hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies, for helping me make it. Y'all the best. If you love what I made, and by the way, it does taste like lasagna. Because the ricotta is inside the cheese ravioli. But anyway, I'm lit, y'all. If you like what I made, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. I love y'all, hoochie mamas and hoochie daddies. I'm gonna watch me a Tubi movie. If you need some prayers, send me a DM. Also, I'm a licensed confidence coach and life coach. So send me a message so we can speak life back into you. I love y'all. Be blessed.